5, 16, 19, 21, 33, and 10. Check results. You remember?
76 pod a day. Keeps the doctor away. 76 days in a row, and here we are for another day. In terms of what we're going over today, topics. Well, one we've actually spoken about recently, which all I'm going to say, Michael B. Jordan, I've sort of got a bone to pick. Don't know why I'm acting like I'm talking to him directly. I just want to say him out loud because I always forget. It was Michael B. Jordan. It was, my mind's completely black. I've forgotten the others. But, should I start with Michael B. or should I start with Jake P? I'm just going to brush over Jake Paul real quick because obviously he had his fight against Tommy Fumbles, and Tommy Fumbles actually didn't fumble. He won, unfortunately. It's kind of a bit of a reality check. I kind of don't want it to happen, but he did. He did also get knocked down, which, I just see all these. I just find Tommy is he's just kind of basic. Kind of. I just saw these clips like, my family told me, just go out there, just you can't lose to him. Like honestly, you could have 10 pints and still win. It's just like, if that's the case, why did you celebrate like you just became world champion of the world after you won? Like you was on your knees like crying. I get there was pressure because, like, yeah, there was pressure. There's pressure for every fight. There's pressure like the pressure was you could lose to someone bad, effectively, or someone with no experience. That was realistically the only pressure. There shouldn't be any. Like that should be the same pressure you have for almost any fight if you believe that you're that good. But yeah, the way he was acting, like the fact you got knocked down, like clearly Jake isn't like, and this is the thing. Neither of them are like amazing, are they? They're, like I just think it's, from what I've seen, it's more impressive what Jake Paul's done, considering Tommy's been doing this his whole life around a fighting family related to world champions who like has, that should be rubbing off on you a bit, I guess, talent in the blood, although they're like half brothers or whatever, but still, just being around it all. The coaches, just been doing it, been amongst it since a young boy, and you got knocked down. You didn't slip. You got knocked down at the end of the day, and I just think if you're a grown man or woman, but I'm just saying man generally speaking. If you're a grown man, right, and you're still triggered by Jake Paul, and you just want to see him get knocked out so badly, it's like, grow up, mate. If you're it's like being a grown adult, right, and you're still annoyed about. It's like being a grown man, right, and believing wrestling's real. It's not. Sorry if I just pulled that curtain back for you, but you know what I mean. It's like, come on now. Like clearly him, and he's like younger than Logan. You can see now as he's getting a bit older, even he's letting some of that humility through. Like clearly, a bit of a character is being like, not a bit, a lot. Like he doesn't even act half the way he used to act. Like even a couple years ago, and I actually think he's half decent, considering the level he's at. Obviously, he's not like he's not like the next highest prospect in boxing, but he's like half decent considering the experience and stuff. So fair play to the lad, fair play to the lad, fair play. And Chelsea won yesterday, which was just, it was just brilliant, really. I forgot how much I missed seeing us win because it's been so long, man. We went through quite a dark patch, and hey, we could still be in it. We could go on and lose another few. We could be in this for another. I don't know how long this will last, but God, just everything about winning, the aftermath, when when we lose, in like a social media sense, like Chelsea have graphics they put out when we lose. We won't even post like the full-time graphic or whatever, which says like the L on it. We'll post that one photo, like basically being like, yeah, sorry about that. But then when we win, it's like 1,500 photos. It's like they got all the different angles, they got all the different interviews up. You're seeing just good vibes. Little clips here and there. The atmosphere was great. It's weird because like I probably could have worked that game as a steward, therefore experiencing the atmosphere, but then I wouldn't have got to have watched the game properly. Like from where I usually work, where I can see, it's like it's a decent. It's actually I actually usually stand like, because it's not like a in the stand stewarding. It's like up in like the boxes. I can usually stand in the doorway and it's like in the middle of the pitch. It's actually pretty good. The issue is that slightly too tall. So the stand above me, like, it overhangs, and because I'm standing up, I'm not sitting down because I'm at work. Technically, I'm meant to be working, but I'm just watching the game. It means I can't always see the other half of the pitch in a vertical sense. If I've put in that picture well enough, so I usually have to like hunch down a bit while I'm standing so I can see the other side, so the overhang doesn't affect it. And like should I really be talking about managers and stuff on this? It doesn't feel like the best idea. Let's just say there's some very short people who work there, and they'll walk in and it's like they just see it perfectly. I'm like, fuck you. And you say that out loud, I'm like, oh. Even if I did, they probably wouldn't hear it. Honestly, these people are short. They, long way to travel down. Anyway, so I'm ashamed. Anyway, yeah. So it would have been, and the flare. Honestly, like the thing about the flares, because they let off these yellow flares, right? A part of you's like, oh, you don't really want to see away fans letting off flares because it kind of feels like, oh, they're turning like your home stadium into their playgrounds. But I do have to admit, because like yellow is a colour Chelsea also wears, like seeing the yellow in the bridge because it was nighttime, the light shining through, it was like so holy dystopian. Like I low-key would, because that only lasted for like the first 10 minutes. I wanted us to score in like that first 10 minutes so bad because the photos, I was basically with my mind, so I was like, those photos will be cold. But there were some cold photos anyway. It just looked sick. And then afterwards, obviously, we were setting up the blue flares after we won. Place was the players like Potter. Like I wasn't really sure before, but afterwards it was all just like embracing with him. It was just like great. Like I missed that, seeing the players celebrate in front of the fans. Everyone getting gassed. Seeing some celebrations. We scored technically 4 goals, and the ones that were offside were actually pretty close. Yeah, man, it's just good. Emphatic. The first finish and the second one, penalty. Oh, tense moment. Just so much good stuff. It just feels good now. And to go into the game against Leicester, they're gettable this season. And are we at home against Leicester or away? Who did we play last? Played Leeds at home, didn't we? So I think we'll probably be away. But still, as long as we don't lose, I'll take it. It's all stepping stones, building blocks, whatever. I don't know, I'm talking like I'm the manager, like I'm in an interview right now. Or, just take every game as it comes, it's a project. I don't know why I'm doing all that, like I'm PR trained. But yeah, no, I remember, what was it, like 3 days ago, I was 2 maybe days ago, I was talking about Michael B. Jordan and that whole corny thing with the interview, right? I just want to preface this by saying I've always liked Michael B. Jordan. Always. Wow. I guess I never really had like a big opinion, but I've never not liked him. I've always been like, yeah. Within this past week, he's just became someone on the radar. I've just became like so, just like, he's not because he's done anything wrong really. He just rubs me the wrong way, gives me the ick. There's no way to put it other than that because he's not really doing anything wrong. This is, and it's sometimes it's not even him, it's just a narrative around him. But I'm sorry. This whole corny thing, bullied in school, like I proved everyone wrong, I'm a success story thing, I can't with it. And I also want to preface, yes, okay, obviously you can't speak against people's truths and their lives and stuff, you don't walk to you. But okay, sure, right. But my guy was literally Troy Bolton. Went to, I did my research. Went to like some performing arts school, which by the way, you're getting bullied for doing act. So on the Wikipedia, it literally states near enough verbatim, right? Michael B. Jordan, and by the way, like to say he got bullied on whose account? His? Because it's like, what? To me, I'm sorry. I guess I just have a different standard of bullying. Like that's like a C, but like, just a different definition. Like, if that's being bullied, then we've all been, like, I've been bullied. Like, no, like getting clowned on a bit in school for doing something embarrassing. Like, I'm trying to think of something, because there were definitely instances, right? You do something embarrassing, you do something lame or whatever, or, bro, I remember, God, football. I've mentioned this before. Obviously, I really like football. I'm okay. But head goes and like if I have to play in front of people, I just can't. Like, I'll be in my head so much, I'll just mess up so much, right? I remember just wanting to play, so I went to like one of the trials, right? And I didn't play outfield because I was like, oh, I'm gonna do so bad outfield. There's no point. So I went in goal, and like it was raining, it was muddy. I remember like the ball, like literally the ball rolled out to me. Someone passed it back to me, and I just went to clear it, kick it. Literally swung my leg, and it's like I'm not good at foot. I'm not like amazing, but I'm not this bad type thing. Just so you know, it's like a head thing. And in my head, I was thinking, don't miss the ball, don't miss the ball, don't miss the ball. I'm like sweating. It's just like, these aren't things I'd naturally be thinking about because I'm just so like on edge, right? You know, long story short, completely missed the ball. It rolls into the back of the net. And I just, like, everyone's like dying of laughter. And these aren't people who are like my friends. They're not like, they're just like other school kids in my year. There's acquaintances, whatever. So I was just like dying and like not be, like, this is in school. So like, this is the kind of stuff that gives you credibility if you're like good at sport, like gets you ratings. So just like that type of stuff, people will like clown you for that. Like I definitely did so many embarrassing things that I can't even remember that everyone was probably talking about and stuff. And just people, you know, you get clowned or made fun of for loads of things. I guess it's just down to the person, how you take it. I don't know, there's just loads of examples. But like, you went to a performing arts school, right? And people apparently, so it says on Wikipedia, which I know it's all sensitive facts, but they're clearly just taking this information from interviews from Michael B. Jordan or something. Bullied for wanting to be an actor and a model. You're at a performing arts school, mate. Did everyone not want to be like an actor or a model or a dancer? It's not like exactly like you went to like computer science school and you had some weird, what's it? This kid wants to be you want to be an actor, mate? What? You fucking weirdo. So you went at some sports school. You were at a performing arts school. Also, you was on the basketball team. So quite literally Troy Bolton. But, you know, my head's in the game, but my heart's in the song. You know, I don't dance. Bloody get your head in the game. How many can we name? Didn't see yourself, not recognize you. Found yourself scary place. Ooh, the answers are all inside of me. All I gotta do is believe. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. Anyway. I should get to the chorus of that one because bet on it. Oh, that was such a banger, mate. Who remembers that? Bet on it. High School Musical 2. Woo, the golf course. You know. So you can see. Look at me. I'm exposing myself. We've all been clowned on, right? But yeah. You were like, so, and like I said, sports, being good at sports, being fast, that's currency. And that's just classic school currency. That's what makes. So I doubt, so you were on the basketball team and you were obviously a good actor in an acting school. So it's not like, I don't know why people keep painting this picture like, because this is not necessarily him, this is people on Twitter like, wow, Michael Deals overcame so much, like, from being known as like goofy and corny and a loser in school to kind of being like goofy and everyone thinking he's just goofy in public to now proving everyone wrong with Creed. Firstly, what have you proved wrong? This is like a sequel in a franchise you've done before. It's not like some new role you just came out with out of nowhere and you shocked the world. It's like Creed 3. I know the movie's like really good and really well received right now, whatever, but it's another movie in the same franchise playing the same character. And I know you could be doing, but what are you proving wrong? Everyone thought you were good, and you've done good again. Like, I don't. You weren't this whole like, yeah, in school, you know, everyone just loves the whole, you know, they never said I'd make it, man. My teacher said I'd be nothing. Everyone around me says, look at me now, say my name now. I had my head down. I see him in an interview. He's like, I'm built different. Period. Like, everyone else was partying, not me. I was down here, my head down, working. You know, I just hate this whole take yourself so seriously. Everyone was against each other on the shoulder thing, man. It's just like, and he's like a 36-year-old man, ultimately. So, you know, I'm looking at him, but still, I just, I don't know. I just find it like, there's more. Actually, no, sorry, there's more I want to say. It's like basketball and good at acting. Also, by the way, people bullied you for wanting to be. People, right, the school I went to, right, if you said you wanted to be an actor in the school I went to, people might bully you. Not bully you, but like make fun of you. Be like, mate, you type thing. Not, when you say the word bully, I think every single day you come into school they say, no, performing arts loser. Look at this chump. Give me your money, doofus. Shut up, punk. Like people are pushing you around in the halls. What probably happens is you're like, oh, I want to be an actor. And people's like, you nah. Maybe right, because in my school that would have been against the norm. You was in a school where that was the norm. So okay, that's one thing. If people found you goofy or annoying, it's probably because you was like the best in the class out of all the other actors or whatever, or dancers, whatever the other performing arts kids are up to. But like, so people were apparently bullying you for thinking you could be a model and an actor, yet when you was literally a child, you already had modeling and acting roles. So, like, there's literally what it says on the Wikipedia is, kids bullied him for wanting to be a model and actor. In his early life as a kid, he did a lot of youth modeling and got his first role in blah, blah. So it's like you weren't exactly failing. People didn't exactly have no reason not to believe you. So I don't know. I just like, just it's fine. It's fine. You went to art school. You know, you were good. Maybe a couple people called you goofy in passing, and you've held on to that. Maybe that's what you needed, that extra fire in your belly to spur you on, whether it was really a big deal or not, whatever. But the fact you're now carrying this with you as like I've been through this and I'm gonna, it's just like, it's just not, that's just making a story that's not really there. And people do it all the time for whatever reason. I know this is slightly different because Shia LaBeouf's actually done cancelable things and like been whatever. But he even was talking about how like his movie Honey Boy, like he's obviously exaggerated things about his childhood to make his dad look more abusive than he was, or whatever, to make this look like that or this look like this, because it's more glamorous to like have that kind of trajectory or storyline or whatever. So, and look, I still, as I did think years ago, and as I think now, Michael B. Jordan is a good actor. Like, he's good. You know, congratulations. I just didn't like the whole bringing it up in front of the interviewer. I find that awkward. I don't like that, and I don't like this whole narrative. It's just not there, right? Michael B. Jordan, you know, one sexiest man alive. How many times was on the basketball team, and was a successful actor. You know. Promising young actor at a good performing arts school, but had all these, you know, bully. Look at what you do. What are you doing trying to act? Did you not see what school we're at? It's just like, oh, like, I don't know why this has even been on my mind so much. And it's just a classic thing. People be like, oh, you're just a hater, man. You're just a hater. You're just a freaking hater, dude. You're freaking hating on my boy, dude. And it's like, it's just an opinion. It's just my opinion from what I've seen, you know. I'm not hating on him. I don't wish ill of Michael B. Jordan. I congratulate you on a both financial and critically acclaimed film. I was there, man. I watched Fantastic Four, that bad film which you were in. I saw it. I saw that other film about the people who had superpowers and they were kind of filming it on their phones or whatever that film was about. You know, I've been there, I've been watching the performances, man. I'm not a hater. I'm just commenting on something. And even if I was hating, I can hate on what I want. Like, guess what? Sometimes you can hate on things, you know? Hey man, you just stabbed that guy. That ain't cool. What you doing that for? He turns around, he calls me a hater. You're just a hater. What you hating on my vision? Hey man, I guess I am a hater. I guess I don't like murder. Call me a hater. You know, sometimes it's warranted. Sometimes it's fair. That's all we're going to say. Sorry, but it needs to be said. And ultimately, if I met Michael B. Jordan now, I would probably be like, hey man, love your work. And he'd be like, hey, didn't you make a little podcast which had about 13 views? Well, you kind of called me cringe. Do you remember that? And I'd be like, let's get it. Let's don't worry about that, Michael. He'd be like, no. I remember you said that. Look at me now. I used that 13 view video. I used that, and it spurred me on to win this Oscar. So fuck you. And I'd be like, whoa. Okay, Michael. Firstly, surprised you even saw it, but surprised you even remembered it and my face from it. But fair play. And that's probably how that would go. 13 views. This was 76. I'll see you all in 77 there. That's the number that comes after 76. Yeah, 77.
With the kids. And they have like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet.